Okay, I'm just going to give you a demonstration of the exercises that we'll be doing with the seniors. One of the things that we need to really emphasize is that in Tai Chi, we're really being gentle with the body. It's not like a hard push that we see from the Western exercise where pushing hard and fast and really pushing yourself and having pain. This is more about bringing energy into the body, helping the body relax as you're doing movements, and just focusing on each of those movements. And even when participants can't maybe do the entire stretch, if they can even visualize themselves doing it. So I'm just going to do a few reps of each exercise I'll be doing. When we get ready to do it with the residents at the nursing home, we will take our time. It's about being slow and fluid and moving the entire body when we do these exercises. We always begin the exercises with our feet in a neutral position, shoulder width apart, and then knees slightly bent. So we'll begin the exercises by drawing in energy, taking a nice deep breath, and then exhaling. It's a nice slow movement. And exhale. That brings the energy into the body. The first exercise we'll do is one that opens up the body. It's almost like you are doing a forward crawl in swimming. But the way that we kind of twist the body and bend the knees helps to squeeze all the muscles and get the energy moving in the body. After we do that particular exercise, we'll do what is called either the washing machine or pendulum. Hands are loose, knees are bent, and it's just a slow moving back and forth, just to open the body up. And it will look like that. The next exercise that we'll do is rotating the neck, and we want to encourage the residents to, while they might go at a larger distance to the left or right or forward, to not go too far back when they rotate the neck. So we're going to just slowly rotate the neck around, and we'll do several in each direction, and then we'll go the other direction. So that will be what that will look like. After we do that, we're going to start with the shoulders. So we kind of go from the top of the body down. So we'll work with the shoulders again. Our feet are shoulder width apart. We have our hands on our thighs, knees bent, and we're going to kind of bend down and then bring the shoulders up and back. So you're just making a circle with your shoulders. And your hands will just follow. So they almost kind of make just a circle around the hips. And then we'll pause, and then we will have them reverse it. Again, it's bringing those shoulders up, really opening up the shoulder area. After that, we will do individual shoulders. So we'll put one hand on a hip, the other hand on our thigh, and we will kind of twist the body and bring the shoulder up. So we're doing a twisting motion with the body, and this is typical of Tai Chi, using the whole body to get energy moving there. And then we'll pause and we'll reverse that. Again, we're bringing the shoulder up one at a time and focusing on circling there. Then we would do it with the other hand. Bring it up and back. And let's reverse it. And I have some arthritis on my left side, so you'll see a change in that when I'm doing the left-sided exercises. Okay, then once we do that, we're going to work on our rotator cuffs. So the hand goes to the middle of the chest, the other hand is on the hip, knees are bent, and we're going to rotate that elbow up and back. So our hand kind of drags along the side and creates a circle on the side of our chest. That might give you a better view on the side. And then we would pause, and we would do the same thing going backwards. And again, we're opening up these shoulders. We would do the other side, leading with your elbow. And then reversing it. We always do both sides, and if there's a reverse, we will always do that as well. So now we've got the shoulders open there. Now we're going to work on our wrist. We've got our shoulders, now we're going to do our wrist. Arms are at a 90-degree angle at shoulder height, and we're just going to initially, I'll probably have the residents just rotate their wrists like this, and then we'll add in this changing our weight from side to side as we're doing this. And then we'll stop and we'll reverse it. Again, keeping the shoulder and elbow as much as possible isometric, where it's not moving, all we're moving are the wrist. So now we've gotten our neck, our shoulders, our wrist. We're going to move on down the body. Let me just make sure. After we do our wrist, strange looking in this camera, after we do the wrist, we're going to have our arms like this, and we're going to turn on and off the faucet really, really, really hard. So we're working the wrist and loosening up the elbow, and then shake the water off. And then we're going to take another nice deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. And one more. Pull the energy into our body and exhale. That's the upper body. Now we're going to work on the middle body and lower body to open it up. And to begin doing this, we're going to do something that is called ward off. Feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, knees are bent, hand on hip, other hand is up and in a bent fashion with the palm facing down. This way we're going to just transfer our weight, and we're going to lean our weight over on our right foot and bring our arm around and back. Now notice that my back is staying straight. I should not be leaning over. It should be where we're just going from side to side. So this is going to help with our balance and also our stretch. And then we would do it on the other side. Putting our weight to the left, back to the right. Shifting our weight, which is going to help us with our balance and help prevent falls. And then back to neutral. The next step that we're going to do is swinging our fist. And we'll start with the left foot forward. And on this particular move, we're going to ask those residents that have glaucoma or high blood pressure not to lean over too far, okay? So in this particular exercise, they can modify it, and any of these can be done in the chair. But this is kind of how it's going to look. We're going to, left foot is forward, arms up. We're going to bend over, swing the arms back, swing the arms up, pull them back into strong arm. Punch the arms up, swing back, up, strong arms. Punch, back, up, slowly into strong arms. And see how I'm not going any further than shoulder height. I should be pulling my shoulder blades together. And then we'll do the other side. And this one is a lot of work for folks sometimes. So arms up, swing down, up, and back. Now if they're modifying it, they might just punch up, just barely. Punch up, just a little bit, so that they're not going as far down. Alright, so that's strong arms. Now we're going to do something that is called palm strike, It's very similar to ward off. Put one hand on a hip. The hand is up again. We reach out to the side and bring the arm around in front. Out to the side, around in front. Again, we're working on our balance, building the strength in those thighs and in our feet. And then we would do the other side. This is just, again, shifting weight from side to side as we bring the arm out. And then we always come back to neutral in the center. After we do that, we're going to start opening up the hips because we want to move on down the body. So in this particular situation, we'll do a pelvic thrust to the front, to the side, to the back, left, and front. So we're basically rotating our hips around while we're keeping our torso straight. And this massages the lower back. And then we can reverse it. Very similar to someone that might be doing a hula hoop. And then once we've gotten our hips open, we're going to start working on our knees. So we'll have our knee, one foot out front, bend the knees, both of them. Our weight is pretty much on the back to start with. And then we're going to rotate the knee out. So we're going to rotate that knee and really get it working. And then we'll pause and we'll rotate the knee in. And we'll do several of those. And then we're going to pause and we'll come to a greater, stand up a little bit, but knees are still bent. And we'll shift our weight to the front and to the back. Shifting the weight. The weight shifting is really helpful in our balance. So we're shifting weight forward and then backward. We'll do it again with the other leg. Weight is in the back, both legs are bent, and now we're moving that weight and rotating that knee outward. And then we'll rotate the knee inward, just like we did on the other side, and then torso up, and weight back and forth. And again, this just helps to build up the strength in the legs as well as work on balance. Then we're going to bring the feet together, rotate the knees together in one direction, and then reverse it. And then we're going to put our feet apart, and we're going to rotate our knees out, and then we're going to rotate our knees in. And then at that point, we're going to grab some energy. Okay? And at that point, we may move into picking up the moon. So we have just rotated our knees out. We'll pick up the moon and bring it up. We'll pick up the moon and bring it up. We'll pick up the moon and bring it up. And then we'll stop at the top and we will rotate the moon around, turning from side to side. So each time I come up, I face one wall and then the other. And then we'll pause and we'll reverse it the other direction. And my back should be straight. I should not be bending over. So all of these exercises are really using the legs and not the back. So that will be picking up the moon and spiraling it. And then probably one of our last exercises, we will have spiraled the moon. We will then spiral the moon. And then we'll take one hand up, bend over. We can put this hand behind us and stretch. And then we'll step, stretch, bend. Step, stretch, bend. Step, stretch, bend. And this will really stretch out the body. There's one other exercise that we can do that will really work on balance, and we'll see how the timing goes. But this would be one where we have our feet together. We put our hands facing with the palms facing the earth. Knees slightly bent, and close our eyes. this will work on our balance. And this is where you might have to, you know, watch any of the residents to be sure they're okay. And then we would do the same thing, bringing our hands up with the palms toward the sky. Just focusing on our balance. And then our hands between earth and sky. Closed eyes. And then step out so that we're squatting, hands between earth and sky. And that really works on our balance and strengthening up. And then come up. And at the very end, we'll probably, we'll see how the setting is, but if we can put those in a circle, I like to do a energy ball. We put the left hand on the right hip. Whatever hip we're on is the top hand. So we take that and have a ball of energy in between our hands here. And then I will push that energy to the person beside me. And then I'll rotate the ball of energy and I'll push it to the next person. Again, you can see that I'm shifting my weight backward and forward. And that's a nice way to end if we can make that happen in the circle. It's sometimes hard just because people can't watch and do it and they get mixed up going which direction. But that's where you guys could really be helpful in encouraging them and helping them be in the right direction. I think that that's going to be enough for them. There are other stances, there are forms we could do, but I really just want to do range of motion, and I think those will be enough to just open up all of their joints and at the same time teach them about the importance of deep breathing and bringing energy into their body and allowing their body to relax. So I hope this is helpful to you. I hope my head's not cut off and I'm filming it myself, but we can get together if we need to beforehand and practice, but that'll give you an idea.